You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
Man, welcome to Shut Your Mouth. Before we get started with me and Monica's topic today, I wanted to bring Daniela. She's the one who made our intro. She's my daughter. Donnie, you there?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing today?
Good. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm good.
Scoot up closer to the mic right there. Talk to me a little bit about the process that we went through to make that intro. Let me play it one more time so that people know.
You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
For people, it sounds super simple, and it is.
Yeah.
But talk to me a little bit about working with me and making that happen.
To make it happen, we had to have like a few takes. We had to change what we wanted and what we didn't want.
We had to flip it around too. Remember, first it was the beatbox, and then
shut your mouth, and then beatbox again.
And then I said fade it out at the end. And
yeah.
Sometimes that can be a little difficult to work with whenever it comes to my craft. But me and you have been working creatively for most of your life. As soon as you learned how to draw and talk, I was already working with you. So let me ask you this, okay? What have you come to understand as far as communication and like watching and me teaching you and from what you've observed?
I observed that to make a video, it takes a few like chances. It's not just like the perfect one right away. Like it takes more than one shot.
One take,
yeah, and it's like it looks easy to some people, and when they try it, they actually know that it's actually really hard. Well, not really hard, but hard.
It takes work.
Yeah.
When you hear the word communication, or you have to use your words to get something you want or to make a point, how do you think of communication? From observing, obviously me doing the pod, me teaching, you've seen me teach a lot. What are some lessons or some things that you've observed that you use or you appreciate? Like, I learned this from my dad.
I learned that you need to have really good communication to like make new friends, and
correct.
Like whenever you went into the kick source and you saw the owner, you just went straight up to him and started talking to him like you already knew him, and like y'all became friends within 10 minutes. And then y'all, shout out to the Failed Podcast. Y'all had an interview on the Failed Podcast, and I was just surprised. And I tell all my friends that you can make friends in more than like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, and that you have a podcast and stuff. And I tell all my friends that I'm like really proud of you for doing that. And now I'm telling all my friends about mom and stuff, and it's just crazy. Like I just
don't be mean. Give mama a plug too.
Shout out to the Chit Chat Cafe with my 2 aunts.
Yeah. And so what's something that if someone's watching and they're your age, they're off to middle school, they're 9, 10, 11 years old, give them a quick advice, sum it up, don't make it too long as far as communication goes. What advice would you give them?
If you want to like make a new friend, you just want to ask, like, what do they like to do and stuff. Like, you want to get to know more about them. And you want to, like, know what their favorite subject is and stuff. And later on, it'll take, like, a few days or weeks, and y'all be friends. Because I experienced that with my friends. Like, I don't know if I should put names out.
No names.
Okay, but I made a lot of friends by just asking how they are and stuff, and like when they shouted the school, you were
able to connect with them.
Yeah, and I toured them.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie girl, thank you so much for.
You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
For making
You're listening
that
to
for us.
Shut Your Mouth.
Thank you so much for coming on. Shut Your Mouth. Peace.
Peace. You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Hi, Sam. Thanks for almost letting me die.
We cannot say random things without explaining, and that's another pod rule, so go ahead.
Sam almost let me die, everyone.
Why did you say that? Explain. Short version.
There was too big. I hate those. Bugs, yeah, they fly, and they're huge. And Sam left me outside, and I was screaming for him and throwing rocks at the windows so he can open the front door, and he left me out there with both of them. And I couldn't get back in the house.
I do apologize. Me and Donnie did a little segment together while all this drama was happening in your life, which y'all will hear at some point in this podcast. I'm going to just drop it in there. It's going to be a treat to hear an up-and-coming super communicator.
Do you like bugs that fly?
I don't think no one does.
Why are they even in existence? I hate those nasty looking things. They're not even cute. It'd be different if they were cute bugs.
They're cute to someone.
They're disgusting.
What do you think of those really, really pointy, like cowboy boots that are like this, like super long, like 2 foot long?
Well, they're not.
Are those just as ugly as these bugs? And like, why they're not even attractive? They're not even cute. These bugs, correct? Follow me.
At least those boots are not disgusting. Like, I can be around those boots and not feel like I'm gonna die.
Never mind. I really felt like you were gonna respond like you normally do and be like, those boots are dumb. And then I was gonna say, well, it takes if a dumb boot is worn, it's because a dumb girl likes them, and they kind of
seriously, Sam.
That's what I was gonna say.
Seriously.
What?
Shut your mouth.
But let me clarify that.
A dumb girl. Seriously.
No. You know what I mean. I'm being silly. But whenever something is out there and people are like, that is so ugly, why are guys doing it? And guys wouldn't do anything that wouldn't attract a girl, you know? Mm-hmm. Which is funny to me. So we're both to blame for silly things, including those really, really, really long, pointy boots that apparently you don't really mind. I think they're goofy.
They are goofy, but that has nothing to do with the nasty looking bug.
But that nasty looking bug is not nasty looking to some other bug. That's what I was trying to make that connection.
To another bug. I thought you meant to a human.
Oh, man. Okay. How are you doing today? Thank you for... I was here waiting.
My blood pressure is really high and my heart's pounding out of my chest.
How was your day today?
All I can think about is what happened to me right now.
You recorded an episode for Chit Chat Cafe. How did that go?
Why are you not giving me any comfort?
It's going to release on Monday.
Sam!
Give it a little
rude.
Plug. Give a little plug to
your mouth.
You're starting to use that a little too frequently and a little too aggressively, if you ask me. Okay?
Oh my gosh. Yes. So I recorded with one of the 3 of us from Chit Chat Cafe. Yeah. So you guys be on the lookout for Monday. We're going to release our new episode. And it was good. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to be funny, but we also want to shed some light on things that we all go through.
Yeah.
And hopefully at the end of each episode, our goal is to maybe share even some tips on how to handle things.
Yeah.
But if nothing new is learned at the end of each episode, we just want to offer that time to just relax, kind of pass time, maybe hopefully giggle here and there. So.
Well, thank you. And obviously your audience will be they're waiting for another episode to be released. Today's episode, guys, I want to do something pretty unique. Monica has no clue what I'm going to do, but I want to kind of put something out there for those of you who are wanting to develop as communicators or podcasters. Okay, are you with me? Mm-hmm. No, you're not.
I am.
There's no video, girl. What you reading? Yeah, what you looking
nothing. At? I'm looking at nothing.
Nothing. Okay. I need your attention. You ready?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. It's all this text on there. You're like nothing, and you're reading this essay about bugs that are outside during this time of the year in Texas,
and that I could have died.
And you could have died. Don't calm down. Don't get too close to the mic. They do have limits.
I could have died.
Donnie. Okay. So Donnie is here watching this. We're not doing nothing that funny that she could not hold. She exploded right now, and I couldn't hold back.
I really think it's great the way you two are laughing at my almost dying moment.
Okay, I gotta appreciate it, and I love you. I'm sorry that I didn't know. Me and Donnie were literally recording. We had headphones on. My apologies. If I could redo it, I would redo everything that has happened in the past 5 to 6 minutes. But just, can we just move on to what we want to accomplish?
I'm not the one laughing. I'm not the one laughing, sir.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So in podcasting, there's another day I'm going to do I'm going to tell you to bring some questions, and then I'm going to bring some questions and then give some advice on how to handle questions on a pod or when you're communicating. It's very easy to make that boring, and it's very easy to not make it sound authentic. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so how do you feel about questions on a pod or when you're trying to do a show? How does that sit with you? Do you find it difficult to do that? Do you feel like it helps you in creating an episode?
I think a pod is a question. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't have a pod without a question.
Yeah.
Because all the pods that I listen to, like, they all have questions.
So I guess what I'm saying is there's an art to presenting a question so that it can generate a conversation. So it's just not like, what's your name? What's your color? And then it's just like bland and very one-dimensional, and it's just not intriguing, right? Mm-hmm. So I want to do this exercise with you. I want to see if it works.
Okay.
I have the exercise in my head, and I might ask you to reverse it and do it with me, but I'm going to coach you through it just to see how it happens. Okay? And it's called, drum roll, the one question exercise.
Okay.
We're going to generate a conversation. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm going to guide you, and you're going to help me.
Okay.
Create more content off of one question.
Okay.
You are.
I am.
And then after you do it, you're going to ask me a question, but I'm going to provide more content off of your one question.
Okay.
Make sense?
I think so.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to try to extend it as much as possible. And
without asking a question.
Well, I'm going to ask other questions, but I'm not.
Oh.
I'm going to ask one. We're going to.
How about we just do it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It'd be nice because I understand that you maybe, but follow me.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask it, and from that question, I'm going to generate a conversation. So I have to connect back to the original question. So I have to add something funny, something insightful, something about your life, kind of some bullet points. Okay? So here it goes. Okay? You're adding context, and I'm going to see how you think.
Okay.
And the question is, what is your favorite color?
Oh. Well, my favorite color is purple. And if you look it up, it talks about royalty. I think I've liked purple since I was a little girl. Like, you know how some people, like, they change their colors, like, by week or by day or by year. Mine has always been purple.
Can I pause you? Ladies and gentlemen, here's what. Now, you got to try to ignore what I say. Okay. There's 3 things that she said that I caught that I'm going to build this conversation from. The first one is my favorite. She said the word favorite. The second one was that since she's been a little kid, She doesn't change much. And I forgot the second one because there's a lot of stuff going on around me, and I got a little distracted. So I'm gonna have to refocus. I lost my focus, but
I've liked it since I was a kid.
Oh, royalty.
It's royalty.
Royalty. Okay. So those are the three things that jumped out to me. So as an interviewer, right, as a communicator / podcaster, those three things can branch off into a direction. For example, can I do each of those? Can I hit you? Don't get too far off, okay?
Okay.
Don't go 2-3 degrees on deeper, okay?
Okay.
The first one, you said it's your favorite color. How do you choose when and how something is your favorite? All the way from maybe food, clothing item. How do you do that? How do you find that something is your favorite?
Okay, so specifically to color?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say
But you can.
the way I'm gonna describe why I know my favorite color is purple is because if I see it anywhere, if it's purple, I'd rather get that item that's purple.
Got it.
Whether it's a purse, whether it's some shoes, some socks,
And so
flowers.
I imagine you have other favorite things. What's something else that's your favorite?
Eating at Flower Child.
Okay, so how did you figure out that was one of your favorites?
Because I can go there every day. If someone tells me, hey, what do you feel like? The first thing without a doubt is Flower Child.
Perfect. And so what I was trying to do there was draw this connection of how she sees things, enjoys things, how frequently she has to come across these things in order for them to be her favorite. And Monica chose to focus on the color again. So it kind of was trying to throw me for a loop. And so then that's why I added, well, what other things, and she threw Flower Child. And I could dig in a little bit more and figure out what other things you like and why you like them. And then draw a connection on that could help people find something that's their favorite. Because some people don't. They're just like, wherever you go, whatever you get me. And I think that it's kind of nice to have favorite things. It's kind of nice to know, I like this color. I like eating here. I like this weather. Because it kind of starts defining you, right? So to me, to having favorites is very important. So I was just trying to dig in a little bit on that part of that question. Okay. And the second thing that you mentioned was royalty. And for most people, they won't make a connection to why you said that. But for me, it's obvious. You've been a Christian all your life, going to church. And I could be wrong here, but in the Bible, they talk numbers, they talk time periods and animals, and all these things have significance and meaning. And so in the same manner, color does too. And so the color purple, the Bible does talk about it being a royal color. So talk to me a little bit about growing up as in the church and how you learned about the color purple and why it has stuck with you to, as far as the connection to royalty.
So I had this one teacher, I think I was like between the ages of like 7 and 10.
Yeah.
And she would always sit us in a table like a U. Like she would put those long tables, the white ones, and she would shape them in class like a U. And she was talking about colors that one specific Sunday.
Yeah.
And she already passed. She passed to be with the Lord already. Yeah. And she talked about how purple was such a significant color and how kings used it in their castles, and it stood for royalty. And she looked up the name and what it meant, and she just said, like, we're royalty, and it's like we're all different shades of purple, and we should stand on that truth. And it was something like that. But I remember more than the lesson, I remember that day. Like, I remember what it made me feel. And I remember, like, it was a girls' class. and she was talking about how we're princesses, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember, like, her smile, and I remember, like, that she just made us feel like we were literally royalty, you know? Even though, like, we didn't look like the girls that lived in the castle, you know? Because you see the movies or whatever, and you're like, okay, they look different than us, but she made us feel like a princess that night.
You wear purple. It looks good on you.
Thank you.
What was the third thing that pointed out a while ago? It was
royalty.
It was favorite,
my child,
royalty, and then what was the third one? I totally forgot.
That I didn't change.
Yeah. So thank you. So those are the three things that I got out of asking the one question: what is your favorite color? Why this exercise is important is because as a communicator, you have to be able to listen and process and see if there's more there. And I could have just said, what's your favorite color? Purple. Okay, let's move on. Tell me about your favorite something else. And I wouldn't have learned these things, but I also have context for all these other things, okay? Mm-hmm. So let me hit you with this question.
Okay.
So it's been your favorite color for a long time. Mm-hmm. You haven't changed. We live in a world where people change from day in, day out, depending on what is in style, what is la moda. Mm-hmm. You like that?
Yeah.
I do. And so have you ever said, man, I want another color? Has purple ever, has it had competition? You know, like, is the commitment to that and the meaning that it has for you, is that why you maintain it being your favorite color for such a long time?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I don't know, I just like it, Sam.
That's fine.
Like, and what's funny is I know I wear it, but I think out of all the colors I wear green more. Mm-hmm. Like dark green, mm-hmm. and like dark blue. But I think I don't change it just because I don't know. Yeah. It just I think it's like a really hard color. Like, it's super special to me, and that's why I don't change it, I think, because in like studies show that it's the hardest color to see with the eye.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's the hardest color for your eye to send messages to, like, your brain and all that stuff. And so I just feel like it's so special. And then it stands for royalty. Yeah. And then the way they get it, it's so difficult to make purple. Mm-hmm. Like, back in the day, they used to dye, you know, color purple, like linens and stuff like that, with bugs. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I don't know why I didn't change, but if I can remember, it's never been like, oh, I don't like purple that much, I like this one now. Like, I've never had a competition with it.
Well, thank you so much for doing that exercise with me. The one question exercise to develop communication. What did you think? How did you feel about that one question and what I just did?
It's pretty neat. Like, it makes you think. It's not like you can just throw an answer around. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on the spot. Mm-hmm. Okay? So I want you're going to drive this, and I'm going to try to make it a little difficult for you. I'm not going to make it easy for you to ask one question and try to extend it based on how I answer. It's important. See, it wasn't about me. There's one thing that I hate sometimes about that. What people do is that they will ask a question, mm-hmm. and they're really not looking for a response. They're just looking for an opportunity to hear themselves, mm-hmm. and express their selves. And mm-hmm. so I'm if that's not your
style of like pod or communicating, I think that that's like a bait and switch.
Okay.
And I don't like that. And so that's why I chose to make it about you. And I didn't really add much unless it was going to help in you opening up.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to switch roles. You ready? Here we go.
Ew, that sounds
We
so
switch.
gross.
We totally switch. Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay, before we completely
Absolutely.
switch.
Let me undo it. No, go ahead. I'm joking.
Does it have to be a favorite something? Or
No.
just any type of question?
This is just a one question exercise.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, do not make it about you unless it's necessary to help the conversation along.
Okay. All right. Are you going to switch us back?
Okay. Where am I at?
Hi, Sam.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to Shut Your Mouth.
Damn, girl, I just got here.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is hard.
It's okay.
Okay.
I want people to hear this and see it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to tell me how it makes you feel. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see. All right. Okay. Hot.
It makes me think of Texas summers.
Okay. Does it make you think of... Oh, it's just a one question.
So let me pause.
Oh, that's so hard.
I understand,
Sam.
but can I pause there?
Because I gave you like a whole spiel.
No, well, you weren't supposed to. I made it very clear when I did it that it's one question.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be a favorite, but it's a question. But you didn't mess up. I'm just showing that, like, where is... Let me explain.
Oh, where it's...
No. Let me explain how I would have handled that, okay? I said Texas summers.
Uh-huh.
So, were you born in Texas?
But that's another question.
No, but it has to do with the original question. I asked you a few more questions and made a few statements, but they all had to do with your favorite color. I picked out 3 things that you said in the very opening that had to do.
Oh, so then...
Yeah,
then asking about your drink, it would have been okay?
Yeah. You want to try it again?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of helped you, so you got to change it.
Oh, man.
Okay, do it. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll think of something else.
I just said it's fine. But make it a question just to work within the parameters.
Sam, would you rather live in Texas for the rest of your life or in New York for the rest of your life?
In Texas.
You're so mean. You're making me look like dumb. Straight up dumb. You just said in Texas. How am I supposed to draw anything from in Texas?
Pause.
Those are 2 words.
Pause. Okay, guys, here we go. Class is in session.
Shut your mouth. Oh my God.
Would you, and please play along with me. Answer the same way.
Okay.
Would you rather live the rest of your life in Texas?
I can't.
In Texas or New York?
New York.
New York.
Oh, I want to say. But you said I can't talk.
It's okay. It's okay.
So maybe it's who you ask the questions to.
No, of course.
Because I was going to say New York because I want to be like, walking and running in the city and stopping for coffee
pause.
and having a bagel, and I can't do that
here.
here.
You're cheating.
I'm not.
Because I was going to I said, okay, what do you like about New York? Because that's the only information you gave me, okay? So I didn't retrieve my direction of the conversation from your first answer. So I had to ask a follow-up question, still around the same parameters. And so, what do you like? And don't overcomplicate it. What do you like about New York?
Okay, give me another chance. Switch us back. Switch us back, Sam. Hurry, hurry. Okay. Sam, hi.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome to Shut Your Mouth.
All right.
I'm going to ask you a question, and please proceed with an answer.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Sam.
Yes.
Would you rather have coffee for the rest of your life or water for the rest of your life?
Water.
Interesting. Would it be hot water or cold water?
Cold water's fine.
Why would you prefer cold water over hot water?
I don't know. It's just refreshing to me.
Ooh, refreshing.
Okay, pause.
Is that good?
It's you're going to don't. I would suggest.
Sam, I don't like your game.
Can we? Okay, we can just end the pod,
Okay.
or you can hear me out.
Thank you for listening to Shut Your Mouth. No, I'm just kidding.
You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.
So my suggestion would be not to repeat what I say right after I say it. You did that like two or three times.
Oh, man. I'm not good at this game. So just show me how to do it.
No, that's what I did in the beginning. And then and then after you did your time, I was going to ask you, we're going to discuss what you found difficult about it, and I was going to fill in some blanks.
Okay. It was just hard to come up with a conversation with like a one-word answer.
I know.
Like, that's hard.
Can I just go like a few questions into what you struggled with?
Yeah.
And answer the same way I did?
Okay.
Would you rather live in New York the rest of your life or Texas?
New York.
No, I answered Texas. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Texas.
Texas. Why Texas?
I don't know.
Have you lived in Texas before?
Yes. My whole life.
Your whole life. Yeah. So would you think that if you lived in New York for a little bit of time, maybe it would be in competition and make it a little difficult to choose where you wanted to live the rest of your life?
Maybe.
What are some things that you like about Texas? A lifetime doesn't necessarily represent that you've gotten to know Texas. Mm-hmm. You know, east and west and north and south and all that. What do you like about Texas?
I don't know. Because my answer would have been New York, silly. So I'm answering like you. So I don't know what you like from Texas. Do you like...
So you chose New York.
Yeah, I chose
Follow
New York.
Follow me. Well, okay. We'll flip it. There's no need to make it. Why would you want to live in New York the rest of your life? What do you like about it so much?
Because I like that you can walk and, ride bikes everywhere. Like, you don't have to have a car necessarily. I think having a car in New York is more like a luxury. Like, everyone uses more of the public transportation or they walk everywhere. And I think that is so cool.
Now, New York is, to me, when I watch movies, New York is a character in the movies. Whenever it takes place there, I'm like, I want to watch it, right? Mm-hmm. What movie or scene or something do you see New York in that you just really like? You're like, man, that's the New York that I want.
I can't think of the name of the movie.
Shows, maybe?
Is Frasier in New York?
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Seattle. Well, this is a really bad show. I don't want to say it.
It's okay. Don't say it then.
Okay.
Okay. Living in New York, what job? Because you can live in the best places in the world. And respect to everyone who works to make $1. Mm-hmm. But if you had some sorry, crappy job, it kind of defeats living in the best places ever, because it takes money to enjoy places. Mm-hmm. And it takes a lot of money to enjoy New York.
Oh, is Casey from New York?
Casey Neistat, my man. Shout out. What's up? Send me a DM. No, joking. Yes, he's from New York.
He makes
not born and raised though.
But he makes it look fun.
Yeah, he owns New York, man.
He makes it look fun.
So what do you think you would love in an ideal dream?
Job?
Yeah, job-wise.
I
mean, you could say...
Fashion design.
Fashion design.
Yeah. I would love to do fashion design.
You know what? Have you ever seen The Devil Wears Prada? Mm-hmm. Do you like how they depict New York in there?
Yeah.
Because that is literally kind of painting what you're painting.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy New York's character in The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
It's big.
And I like it in the other show. Like, I'm going to tell you.
Booyah.
That's a good one. I know I can't say it out loud, but...
Pause. Tell me what happened. Tell me what you just observed in that exercise.
What I observed?
Yeah, I do.
It was... Yeah. Obviously, Sam, you're a great communicator.
No, that's not. Oh my gosh, that's not the point.
Oh,
we're just talking.
Tough.
We're having fun.
It's tough, Sam.
Yeah, got it.
Like okay. Don't take this the wrong way. But
can you say it in a nice way?
I'm trying. You have very.
It's not possible.
You have very. Like, what people might think of useless information, you have in that head of yours. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think I don't have that. Like, I'm not exposed to that, and you're exposed to it, and you have it in your mind. Like, you connect in New York to a movie, to, a show, and the character, and
got it.
And for me, it's more like the feel, and I would have never been able to get like those things out of it. But because of shows that you've watched, people that you follow, like influential things that you read and see, you have all this knowledge from everything in your head. So I think maybe that has to do with it.
Absolutely. But let me ask you this: can I coach you on what I would do next if I was in your position?
You know what, Sam?
Go ahead.
You live outside the box, and I live inside the box.
Got it.
You're a very outside of the box person.
Now,
and I think maybe that's why I would choose New York.
And you know what's so crazy is that our differences, right? I have all this stuff in my mind, but I don't necessarily know what's in your mind all the time either. But I have said already on the Shut Your Mouth pod that you're a great communicator. Me and you have a lot of conversation. And so it's just different for you. Because when we talked your favorite color, there was no glitch. It's just you have to know who you are. And that's how you have to answer. So the way that I answer and drive a conversation reflects on what I learn, what I see, and what I do. But you have that too. I just kind of have to guide you along to get there. So let me ask you this. Okay, I'm going to coach you through this. And that is, if you had the opportunity from this exercise, here's the opportunity to ask me a few questions to improve your one question exercise, right? To be better at it. What would those questions be that maybe I can answer for people listening who need to maybe work on this,
I guess. Well, I don't think knowing the person helps because if you want to ask it to anyone, that's gonna stop you. Yeah. Like if you're like, "Well, was
that a question or just a statement?"
No, a statement.
I got it.
Right, like so. I don't think that will help. But maybe being confident.
Okay.
Like, I was a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh, you did it so seamlessly, and I was like so choppy. So maybe confidence.
You're making a statement and then you're kind of answering, and I just want you to get some questions out to see if it's teachable. I'm trying to see if it's teachable to you.
Okay.
So maybe one question.
Okay. But I don't understand. I am so sorry.
So I would
ask a question to you, or
Yeah, not to yourself.
Oh, I thought you were wanting me to come up with something so that you can...
No.
Answer it for the viewers.
Exactly. But you said two things, but then you answered them yourself.
No, okay. No, I thought you meant like to teach them. But you want me to ask you a question.
Yeah, that you think you missed. And doing the exercise, you're like, I knew that. Sam, where'd you get that from? What made you do that? Why did you like? And then I'm going to answer so we can kind of dig into my process. But from your perspective, from a perspective of I'm just learning this one question thing. I
just want you to know these bugs really threw me off.
I know.
Okay. So I'm sorry if this episode is terrible. So why is it so hard for you to go to sleep at night?
Girl, I'm going to answer that.
Answer it.
Calm and I can answer it, but I wanted a question regarding the exercise, but that's a personal question that you just want to know. So
I'm trying to do the exercise.
You want to do the exercise again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, we'll revisit what I was trying to do right now to close the pod. I have a hard time going to sleep at night because I need to calm my brain down with chaos. So something that's intriguing has to be the last thing on my mind, so that I can, in essence, no one's gonna believe me, but so that I can learn while I sleep. I may repeat it. The scenario might be running through my head while I'm awake. Before I go into a deep sleep, I'm thinking about it, whether it be a problem, a movie, or something that has to do with design or whatever. I mean, you just activated like some of the best part of me. But good, there you go. That's the surface answer.
Okay, so chaos. You mentioned chaos in your answer. How does it feel inside your head? Because chaos, when I think of chaos, it's scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like loud. It's a lot of movement. It could be full of color.
Yeah.
So what does it feel inside your head?
Okay, I'll give you this comparison. So I'm scared of heights. Okay, real heights. That's not chaos to me. That's a really focused idea of something. You understand? Okay, but if I'm at the same height, working, talking to people, moving, that chaos is soothing for me. You understand? So before I'm going to sleep, chaos to me allows me to either problem solve or gives me the opportunity to learn something, or fix. If I see things out of order, it allows me to fix those things in my head. And in essence, I've created that. And so it kind of gives me, like I always say, I exercise my brain.
And then you exercise your brain. So it's funny, like you exercise your brain before going, or for it to help you go to sleep. It is proven that a person that exercises before they go to sleep, like physically exercises, they have better sleep. So, like, it takes a very special person to understand. Listen to what I'm going to say. It takes a very special person to understand that you need to stay up to exercise your brain instead of you being in bed with that person. So, there you go. I guess I'm very special. That was a little jokey joke. We haven't laughed. No. Okay.
I like what you're doing. I'm letting it develop.
So that's good. Like that you feel like you need that little exercise in your brain. Yeah. It's proven. Okay. So the other thing that caught my attention was that you have to end your day with something intriguing that's going to teach you why you sleep. Do you feel yourself learning, like in your sleep, and then you wake up and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I solve problems while I sleep.
That explains the talking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I can see things through while I sleep. Yeah, I resolve a lot of things while I sleep. And I also put to bed a lot of things while I sleep. Sometimes I wake up with a little anxiety because I didn't resolve it in my head. But I'm working things out. And it's hard to explain and to ever prove. But I've been doing it for a long, long time.
Yeah. So what kind of things do you like to watch that you feel like are going to help you get smarter?
Well, it's okay. So for me, retaining knowledge is wide open. It's not like, oh, here's a book, here's something on English, here's something on history, here's something. It's not necessarily that. It's just something new that has to do with people and cultures, And so sometimes, for instance, there's a series of coaches speaking about how they led their teams. Right. There was a few coaches that were they've won a lot of championships. So I just heard them talk, and they would share stuff about their teams and what they learned. And so I took that advice, and that's what I went to bed with. And I thought a little bit about how would I coach a team, right? How do I look at life? How do I want to impact other people? And so that's one instance.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's neat that you have your way of doing what you do before you go to bed. Like Daniela's is, her last thing she wants to hear is, I love you. Like, that's it. Like, and she'll say it until that's the last answer. She doesn't want anything else asked or said. The last words she wants to hear from you, me, mom, mommy, papi, is, I love you. And that's it, and you have to watch something intriguing. Like, that's pretty neat. Like,
sometimes I listen, sometimes I read, sometimes I write.
It's pretty neat that you do that, and that helps you see.
Okay, pause. You changed it. Something clicked in your head, and I didn't get an opportunity to really answer. You just went with it. What changed this time around? What did you realize from this one question creating a conversation that it just clicked? I'll give you one answer, and then you can add to it if you want or not. You listened. You listened just a little differently, and you didn't hear yourself. You heard me.
Yeah. I think what you showed me without telling me is pick at least 3 words from the answer. And if it wasn't a long drawn out answer, like when you said Texas or summer, right? I could at least done those 2 and pulled out questions from those 2. So yeah, I think I wasn't listening completely the first time.
And so today's, do you feel comfortable? I feel like this was a good pod.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to get across. Now, I mean, I can break it down. Like if you know what I mean? Good. And so people.
Got it, Teacher Sam.
Anyways, so if you're listening or enjoying this pod as me and Monica just communicate and have fun, and really this is how we talk. I know it's probably, did I get on your nerves?
No.
You really enjoyed it, right? I
really enjoyed it. It was, I'm sorry. It was the whole bug thing.
I understand. And so thank you for going along with me. And the reason I'm doing this is if you're watching and you need some podcast consulting, communication consulting here at the Felt Podcast, I am available. I'm trying to open this new thing under creative communication. So today,
wait a minute. So are you using me?
A little bit. No.
I thought this was because you loved me and you loved us. And you want...
Shut your mouth, girl. Shut your mouth. Okay. No, it's conversation. This is what me and you do. I wanted to put it on the thing, right? Yes. And so thank you.
I love our conversation.
Me too. I think we both learned. Like we both learned something. Anyway, so I just wanted to give this away for free for people who are listening. Stop repeating. Give me final thought, girl. Do not make it long-winded.
Well, see, it all happened when... No, I'm just kidding. For real, I am so sorry that I was a little off today, everyone. I do not like bugs.
Yeah, but also proves.
But it was a great episode.
You might be off, but you still got to show up sometimes, right? The mics are in front of you.
Absolutely.
And you did that.
Yes. So please tune in to the Felt Podcast and Chit Chat Cafe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam.
This is a great episode. Thank y'all for listening. We got a few listeners, and they're catching what we're doing. We're going to release this, and then...
You're listening to Shut Your Mouth.